a fun show for you tonight. We got a new co-host, a new special co-host. He's a little insane, but I hope you're okay with that. Did you guys hear that the CIA is in Venezuela? I heard that rumor. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyone know? I'm not sure, but that's what I heard, and I'm not sure if that's the case or not. Well, let's get on with the show. Ah! Fuck yeah! Well, that's our new co-host, Party Mang. Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, interesting, huh? That's who we got, who's going to be our co-host for today. He's actually a expert in... Okay. He's actually an expert in customer service. So if you guys wanted to speak to him about anything, you can go ahead and go to the bio in on my Instagram and go to my link tree, and you can call in and go to his Discord. And there you go. You can go and wait. So, but we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Let's see. We're going to talk about pirating. We are going to talk about art versus product. And yeah, we're going to go a little bit more into info. Does that sound good, Mard? Yeah! I was a fucking idiot. Bear with me. I'm not the best puppeteer. I'm not a puppet motherfucker. Okay. Well, so we'll talk a little bit more about pirating. I wanted to talk about it because I keep hearing a lot of stuff and seeing messages and comments. You know, the one that I saw here is, let's see. Bro, why are you trying to take our freedom away from putting things on blast like Plex? You're only allowing them to catch wind of what's going on. Well, I mean, this is incorrect. It's wrong. Because Plex and Channels DVR are legal streaming services. They're not pirated apps. They're legitimate services. And you can use those apps to watch content that you downloaded. You can use those apps to watch content that you legally obtained. And there's a lot of free stuff you can watch on there without pirating in general. And Plex has been around forever. Same with Channels DVR. It's not on them if you use them to watch pirated content. They're just there for you to watch your downloaded content. If it just happens to be pirated, that's on you. I also get a lot of comments and I've gotten a lot of private messages on people saying things like I'm hurting the industry and the small people. The thing is most of the people in these in the film industry, they work at a flat rate. So they've already been paid, and they're not receiving any residuals. They're not receiving any percentage of the profits off of those. They only get paid up front, and I believe hourly if I am correct or not. And so I don't know. It kind of seems like people are more upset about the fact that rich people get too. It's just a double standards. I don't know. Think of the poor rich people while they're robbing you blind, right? That's kind of exactly what the situation is, and it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think pirating is a good way to kind of protest, but it doesn't matter. I just don't feel guilty for pirating. If I really like something, I'll buy it. A lot of people, I think, disliked what was it? They disliked Weapons, but I absolutely loved Weapons, and I loved it so much after I saw it. I pre-ordered it and have it downloaded. What else? A lot of bands now, because they know about the streaming, they're not making any money off streaming. Okay, that's just how it is. They're not making any money off streaming, so they're coming out with new products. They're coming out with cassettes. They're coming out with vinyl. It's like the music industry, and that's how bands are getting around. The lack of profits that they're seeing from the streaming industry. But the thing is, the movie industry basically saw that and said, we don't want to deal with that shit. We want to continue making money. And instead of the movie industry being innovative and coming out with, what is it? Coming out with really good, coming out with art. Now we're going into the art versus product. But essentially, they don't come out with art. They come out with product now because it's about making money. It's not about making people feel anything. I can't believe I did all that just for that bit. So, what happened with the music industry is pirating started happening, and then they started signing deals with all these streaming services like Spotify and stuff, and it just made it really convenient for the customer. Okay, now it sucks for a lot of artists because they're not getting a lot of they weren't getting the amount of money that they were before through album sales because everyone just streams and has a subscription service to music streaming service. But they found other ways to get around it. So why can't the movie industry not do that? Essentially, all the movie industry has been doing, it was like that for a little bit. When Netflix first came out, and then Netflix, and then all these other movie studios. Paramount, HBO, all these different studios came out with their own apps, and it's kind of bullshit. Now we're basically back to where cable was, and so pirate shit. But torrenting in and of itself is not illegal. Torrenting pirated content is. So people who are talking about torrenting and are giving me shit for torrenting, like I said, it's only if you downloaded copyright material. That's the illegal part of it, not torrenting in general. And to be fair, maybe this is just my opinion, and maybe it's bad, but I don't think really artists, unfortunately, make a whole lot of money on their art anymore. Anyways, it's a lot of especially like I'm just comparing it to the music industry because they're polar opposites. So the music industry, how they make their profits now is by touring and, like I said, merchandise, and that's the type of stuff that you want to buy. The movie industry, what they have done is essentially they have I'm trying to they basically here, hold on. They don't the thing is with a lot of these businesses today, including the music and the movie industry, but the thing is the music, the artists are the ones that are really keeping the music industry alive at this point. It's the musicians that are keeping the music industry alive, whereas it's the other people that are in the music industry, it's basically the corporations. So that's the reason why that's the reason why they're rehashing shit over and over again. They're not coming up with a whole lot of new concepts because they want money. That's the reason why there's been 15 fucking Avenger movies. And I mean, how many? That's product. That's not art. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with liking it. I mean, there's a massive difference between the art at I've purchased Walmart posters and I've posted them on my wall, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that a Walmart poster is more special and more artistic and has more meaning to it than a painting that someone actually painted. It's not. But that's the reason why you get movies like Weapons and God, there's some other great ones that are out there that are works of art. Because the people who made those actually care about it. And then the other stuff, the rehashed 20 million sequels to everything. That shit sucks. I mean, it's just because there's absolutely no soul in it. They don't care. And it blows. Everything's really profit driven now. That's just how it is. And I mean, the issue today is these businesses, they don't want to make good products. They want to make cheap shit sandwiches and, force you to eat them. It's cheaper for them to go to Congress, bribe them, the Supreme Court, and the president than it is for them to make a good product and actually compete in an open market. And it's not a fucking open market. I don't care what anyone says. It is not an open market. Our government is a Calvin ball government that makes up whatever rules it sees fit to better benefits themselves and to pay them while we are forced to eat that shit sandwich. So, I mean, the free market, when a new and better product comes out, you have to innovate. They're not innovating because they don't have to, because they just go ahead and corner up the market and then go out and AstroTurf to get people to fork over their money. I don't know. Again, if anyone wants to talk to Farty Mang, you guys just go ahead and go onto the Discord. You can talk to him. Fuck yeah! Yeah, all right. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. It seems kind of lame. No. I mean, how long will it take until we have an AI actor? That's what I want to know. We're going to have one at some point. I mean, the writer's strike. So I saw a comment in there saying, the writer's strike that happened back in 2023 was about residuals. Not quite, a little bit. I mean, they got a residual increase from 0.4% to 1.3%, which is a pretty big increase. But I mean, the writer strikes all in all is about corporate greed. They were worried about AI taking over their jobs. They wanted reassurances that AI wasn't going to steal their jobs. And honestly, the writers' rates were stagnant since 2017. Now, I mean, they got an increase, and with the deal, writers got $233 million, first year gains for their deal. But Hollywood generated 10 to 12 billion across all the 5 major studios. 2.33% amounted toward the writers of all that 10 to 12 billion. So, I mean, like, am I supposed to feel bad about taking money from everyone talks about, you wouldn't steal a car. Yes, I fucking would. I mean, I would download a car. I wouldn't steal a car, but if I could download a car, if I can make a copy of a car, I absolutely 110% would do that. If it didn't hurt anyone, if someone had a Dodge, like a Hellcat, and put it out online and said, hey, you can download this car and you can put it in this blank box car and you can download and you can have a Hellcat. I'm sharing my Hellcat with you. Absolutely, I'd do that. Who wouldn't do that? You kidding me? I mean, that's kind of all that sharing media is with pirating. That's kind of all it is. It's essentially torrenting, and when people pirate it, what they're doing, and when they're uploading it and seeding it, they have this product and they're sharing it with you, and you're essentially just making a copy of it and they're downloading. Now, however that person got it, who knows? I mean, that person very well could have actually purchased it themselves and then shared it, and that's actually illegal. It's illegal if you purchase a CD and if you burn a CD of that and make a copy and then you give it to your friend. That's technically illegal. I mean, technically, it's copyright infringement, right? I mean, because that's the same thing as what torrenting copyrighted material is. You're essentially just burning it onto your hard drive. I mean, not necessarily burning it, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. Everything is just going. The internet has been a double-edged sword. It has been one of the greatest inventions in human history, but it also has been really sucked because I mean, the internet for businesses has been a godsend because for them now they can take your money without giving you anything of actual substance. Now they can they can give you a product and sell it to you and it not be anything and they can take it away like that. I mean, that's what's with these licenses, right? Oh, you're not actually purchasing that movie, you're just purchasing the license to it. So they can take away that license whenever they want, right? Fuck you. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, like I said, I just made a video on a reel on that about how pissed off I was because it's like I had half of my movie collection on iTunes wasn't available when I moved out of the country, and that's because of the laws and the writing laws and the restrictions and the rights. So I don't know. It's like I don't have Blade Runner 2049 4K. I don't have what is it, Terminator 2 and 3, the director's editions 4K. I don't have Brazil. It's all this shit. And it's, I mean, why did I give my money for that? Right? Why did I give them my money? And the thing is, another thing that really pissed me off too was with this DistroKid stuff, like I said, and the reason why I put my music, I've never made really any money off my music, to be honest with you. But that's not why I make it. I make it because I love it, and I love that music, and I put my heart and energy into it. But I mean, that's the reason why I put my music out on torrent, and then there's the link, because I'm not making any money off of it anyways, and I'm literally paying these distributors to have my music on them. So I'm paying them. I'm not making any money, and I'm paying them for my art and my hobby. I uploaded an album, and I accidentally made a mistake. I uploaded the wrong music file. It happens. I mean, if anyone out there is a musician, tell me it doesn't happen to you. It does. It happens to everybody. All musicians, when they're uploading stuff, I mean, they'll accidentally upload the wrong music file. And I didn't even notice it until it went out to the stores, and I saw it, and I said, oh shit, well, now I gotta switch this song out. It used to be I could just swap out the audio like that, and it would be uploaded, no big deal. I mean, it happens, right? Well, now DistroKid decided this year that they were going to do an entire new system where you can only audio swap if it's just minor differences now. If it's only just minor differences, like just like a slight, like a remix, not extended, not shortened. You can only audio swap if it's just a slight difference now. It didn't used to be like that until this year. I actually think, because I think only months ago I uploaded something, and that happened. And I was able to just swap out the audio. Well, now I can't do that. So they wanted me to delete my entire album off of all streaming services, and they wanted me to re-upload it again. Now they gave me a little bit of a refund, but it wasn't the full thing. It wasn't the full thing. So I basically just forked over, like $20-$40 to DistroKid just because I made a mistake, and they won't allow me. I don't know. Someone is asking. Hold on. It says someone is asking something. What do I think about Dune 1 and 2? Hey, sorry, I just now saw that. I don't know if you're still here or not. I love Dune 1 and 2. I actually thought, obviously, it's the best. It was, I think, the best film adaptation it can happen. It was very interesting because I read the first Dune while the new one was just coming out. So I remember seeing the previews and the trailers, and while I was reading the book, I kept noticing the scenes in the book, in the trailer that were from the book. And when I saw the movie, I mean, it was great. Dune 1 was awesome, and then Dune 2 is even better. I am super excited to see what Denis Villeneuve does with Messiah. It'll be great. I have the entire Dune collection back there. Not all of them. Not Frank Herbert's crappy son shit. I mean, I got a lot of Frank Herbert's crappy son shit. And let me tell you, the only reason why I quit buying them is because it's awful. I got the original 6, and that's kind of all you need when it comes to the Dune series. But yeah, like the Dune series too. Those are other works of art. Absolutely. Dune's another work of art because Denis Villeneuve cares about his shit. And luckily for Denis Villeneuve, he has a big enough name now to where the studios can't really fuck with him. And I mean, because that's what a lot of studios do. They're notorious. I can't remember who it was. Let me look it up. Alien 3. Trying to think of who the original director was, because he completely David Fincher, yeah. He said that Fox Studios, and they completely did. There's a different Alien 3 version out there for a lot of. It's called the what's it called? The assembly cut. It's called the assembly cut, and it is 10 times better. Alien 3. The crap that you see the original Alien 3, that shit, that is Fox Studios. That is what Fox Studios did to that. If you see the assembly cut, that's closer to what the original idea was. It's still not the original, but the original Alien 3 that came out in theaters, everyone hated, yeah, that shit was because of Fox Studios. It's these fucking big executives, dude. They don't know what they're doing other than how to make money. That's it. I mean, I guess that's an art in its own way, But yeah, it's I don't know. It's bullshit. I'm sick of it. I haven't even watched really. I've only seen I think it was the first Avengers. I actually quit watching the end game. I got overwhelmed with all the Marvel shit. Because I mean, like I said, at that point it's just product. They're just pushing it out. And the same thing happened with Star Wars. I was a massive Star Wars fan. I was. And then Disney got a hold of it and started just cranking out TV shows and movies. Oh, you remember that one trash can and that one, original episode of Star Wars? Yeah, guess what? He's getting his own movie now too. Why not? Fuck it. Let's give everyone a movie. Let's whatever we can do to get people to buy. Not because we actually give a shit about the story like George Lucas did, but because we want the money that it makes from it. That's the thing. Like George Lucas is a genius when it comes to products and merchandising. I mean, he originally that's what he didn't make a whole lot of money off of Star Wars when it came out, but he made a shit ton because he made a shit ton of toys. He made a lot of toys. And because of those toys, that is what really made a lot of the Star Wars profit. That's what made a lot of money. I'm kind of curious to see what George Lucas's opinion of pirating is. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see. We can probably go look that up. But here. You may not like it. I don't know. What does George Lucas think of Andor? Of pirating? Oh, he's a very vocal opponent of piracy, describing it as a serious threat to the film industry that could lead to the collapse of the entertainment ecosystem. Based on what the AI overview, he has warned that piracy could force corporations to stop making smaller art films and focus on the big budget blockbusters. He has appealed for cooperation between the technology media industries to combat online piracy. I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. We don't get a whole lot of those great small art films anymore because everyone's focused on making money in the blockbuster. So that's fair. Yeah. But another thing is though, I mean, George Lucas also did, plagiarize and stole a lot of Frank Herbert's information. So you got to take what he says with a grain of salt. Yeah. Did you guys know that even Hallmark has an app now? Did you guys know that? Hallmark TV has its own app. Stars has its own app. It used to be, at least with cable, it used to be, you just bought the package and then you had it all. You just had to buy the package for it. But now everyone has their own service. I'm actually thinking about coming up with my own subscription service too, since that's what everyone does, I guess. It's gonna be videos of me farting into a can, and I want you guys to pay $5.99 a month for it. But then I'm also gonna buy the rights to something that you guys really do want to see. So that way you have to watch me farting into a can. That's the only other option you have. Just hundreds of videos of me farting into a can. But I have that one movie that you really want to see, though. Right? I have that one movie, though. You really need to see it. And then you also need to watch all my can farting videos. So, yeah. I mean, let me look. Is there anyone in the waiting room? Nope. No one's in the waiting room. That's okay. Shit. I'm gonna look up some more. My buddy told me that apparently the CIA is in Venezuela. Let's look at that. Is there anything on that? I don't know. Oh shit. Yeah. Trump says, okay. Apparently, I'll go ahead and pull this up for you. Hold on. Window capture. 2 seconds. Let me pull this up. So, Trump confirms he authorized CIA action inside Venezuela. That's what it says here to BBC. U.S. President Donald Trump has confirmed a report he authorized the CIA to conduct covert operations inside Venezuela and said he was considering strikes targeting drug cartels there. U.S. forces have already conducted at least 5 strikes. So, like, at what point are we at war? I mean, at what point would you say that we're at war? Because, I mean, fuck Venezuela, fuck Maduro. I don't give a shit about Maduro. I hope his ass does get thrown the fuck out. But at what point are we at war? If you're operating inside another person's country, I mean, I guess Trump is just expecting Maduro to not declare war because it would be a death sentence for him, I guess. So I guess the CIA can just roam free, basically, and can just roam free in Venezuela. I don't know what's going on. Speaker at the House, Trump said the U.S. is looking at land as it considers further strikes in the region. So Trump has sought to increase pressure on Nicolas Maduro, who the U.S. and others do not recognize as Venezuela's rightful leader following distributed elections. I mean, that's fair too. He did cheat in the last election, which is pretty ironic coming from Trump, right? The increased U.S. military presence in the region has raised fears in Caracas of possible. Hold on. He said Caracas is a possible attack. According to the New York Times, Trump's authorization would allow the CIA to carry out operations in Venezuela unilaterally or as part of any wider U.S. military activity. So, what's going on? I have no idea what is happening. Oh, supposedly, it's a couple of jets. I just got a text right now. So something flew. Something flew to, let me see what it is. It's a United States Air Force plane, a B-52 Stratofortress, flew to Venezuela. B-52 flew to Venezuela. What do you think about that, Farty? Where am I gonna get my car? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. So, who knows? Are we going to war? I don't know. Who knows what the fuck is happening? I don't know. I don't even know if Trump knows what's going on. He kind of just is there. Oh, no, I got Splinta everywhere. Yeah. See what else the news is saying. We're going to go to AP. Journalists turn in access badges, exit Pentagon. Oh, yeah, so they all got kicked out of the Pentagon. I don't know. If you go to any of these sites, you would think the world is falling, wouldn't you? Maybe it is. We don't know. Alright, y'all, I'm going to take a break real quick. I'll be back in a few. Sorry about that. I had to go and clean up all that Splenda. It's the things I do for you. Well. Oh, stop that shit. Ugh. Metabolic also. Obi-Wan can blow meat, 69,420. Would you like many viewers? Let's make you popular. No, I'm alright, thank you though. Well, Farty, can you tell us about yourself? Yeah. Well, you can call me. Right there. Right there. You can call me. It says frozen. Is it really frozen? That would suck. Well, I don't know. Well, let's see what else we got. I think I went through most of my talking points. Essentially, yeah, you know, shit's fucked up right now. Because of the internet, people are not providing any sort of... Oh, the puppet's not talking. People aren't providing any substance anymore because of the internet. Not that that's entirely bad, but I mean, as people, especially like ebooks and stuff, people are charging the same amount of price for ebooks as they would for regular books. But that's because, you know, they want them to buy the real books, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. We'll see if the future, if art will become less and less, and product will become more.